Welcome back to the channel. Nicrasin here. Today we're going to be looking at a new mod that I've been working on. It's called Spirits of the North. It is a conjuration mod, and it's one that I'm developing to go along with a build, a character build that I've been working on. And this character build is, it's going to be a female Nord, and she is, let's just say she really loves Skyrim. She loves the land and the trees, the animals. She's very much at home in the snow and ice and cold. She's very comfortable in that environment. You kind of think of her as sort of a mix of Bosmer and the Skull. You know how the Skull are with the one maker and all that. She's kind of like along those lines, and I thought I need a conjuration mod that will really work with this kind of build. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. First up is a character called when she needs assistance, she will summon the spirits of the land. So she will conjure up spirit animals, and the first one we're going to look at is called a spirit fox. Yes, I know what you're thinking. A fox, right? Well, what's that going to do? The spirit fox is a novice level summons. It's basically another option to the familiar. This one, believe it or not, the fox actually has the same unarmed damage as a familiar, and this one has a little more health. It's a level 3 character, has 42 health, 210 stamina, and this actually has, and I'm gonna actually let me change, let's put this on adept difficulty so maybe we can see it. Oh, it is on adept. Okay, this one actually has a frost cloak. Now, animals cannot cast spells. They don't have a spell casting animation. So what I did is I gave it an ability. An ability is like, well, you know how Bretons have 25% magic resistance? That's a racial ability. It's there. It's always active. It's always on. You don't have to cast a spell or anything for it. I used I think it's the same frost cloak effect that a death hound uses. So I built something similar to that. So its frost cloak is always there. It does 4 points of damage per second. It's not a lot, but it's something. And 5 points of unarmed damage. This one has a magicka cost of 107. Let's bring up a bandit of roughly equal caliber and see what it can do.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Now, you may not notice the health bar declining from the frost cloak. That's a level 1 bandit. When I'm bringing up bandits with the console command, they're Nords, so they have 50% frost resistance. So with this one, his frost cloak is doing 4 points. You may not notice it on the health bar, but we'll see it with some of the other ones. And as you can see, I gave it a, it's called the visuals is called, I think, Ghost Frost Appearance. So that's why they look like spirits. Alright, next up, at the apprentice level, we have the Spirit Wolf. This is based on the Ice Wolf. The Spirit Wolf, again, it's an apprentice level, is a level 8 character, has 182 health, no magicka, 265 stamina. It has 50% frost resistance, as does the Spirit Fox. I don't know if I mentioned that. the frost resistance is another ability that I've added to these things. This one does 15 points of unarmed damage. It has its own unique frost cloak ability, which is 8 points, which is what the standard frost cloak is. And it's what is the magic cost here? I think it's 165. This one is based on the Ice Wraith. It is 182 health. It's a little bit stronger than an Ice Wolf. I think the Ice Wolf is 165 health. So this one's a little bit stronger. It's a level 8 character. Let's give this something to fight.
It's a bad time to get lost. What you want? That's your best.
You can see the health bar there a couple of times start to tick down. Let's get you... I'm going to wait till morning so we have some better light, and then we'll get this thing a little bit of a tougher opponent. That was a level 5. Alright, let's get level... Bandit Thug, that's a level 9.
Walking around with dangerous like that.
If you watch the health bar, sometimes you'll see it tick down when he's not getting hit. That's the Frost Cloak effect. But again, he's a Nord, so it won't be quite as noticeable.
I'll carve you into pieces.
You see the health bar ticking down? There, you got him. I think I gave this one a little bit more health because it seemed to be struggling. He's a level 8. Alright, show off. Alright, next up, just for something interesting, we have the Frostworm. You can already guess what this is going to be. Alright, the Frostworm, as you guessed, it's an Ice Wraith, but I'm calling that a Frostworm. This one is a level 9. It has 193 health. Slightly more than the Wolf. 50 Magicka. 227 Stamina. Has 100% Frost Resistance. It does 40 points of unarmed damage. So it's a bit more, quite a bit more than the Wolf. But what I found testing with this one so far is it doesn't seem to hit quite as frequently with its unarmed attack. It does a lot of flying around, but it doesn't seem like it actually bites or whatever its attack is quite as frequently as the Wolf. But it's kind of hard to take them out. As you can see, it's got 100% frost resistance. This one is 186 Magicka. It's a level 9. Let's give this thing something to fight with.
You picked a bad time to get lost. Just a scratch.
So even though this thing does 40 points of unarmed damage, it seems like it doesn't do any better than the Wolf. It's just another option. Oh, now it's going to run away. It must have been taking some damage. Come on, get in there. Help me out.
Do your worst. Call yourself a
So I mean, the Wolf just seems like it's a lot more aggressive. So even though this one does 40 points of unarmed damage and the Wolf is only 15. That's the same Bandit Thug, level 9.
no more. I yield. I yield.
So it struggles a little bit, even though its stats are a little bit better. But it's just another option and a distraction. Alright, that is the other apprentice level summons. So we'll go to the adepts, and we have the spirit tiger. It's a lazy saber cat. Come on, man, look alive. We're on the job here. Try to show a little enthusiasm, would you? This one is not based on the snowy saber cat, even though you might think that. It is actually on a regular saber cat. And I did that because I wanted the unarmed damage to be around 30 or 35, and the snowy saber cat's at 45. I thought that was a little too much for an adept. So again, it has the ghost frost appearance. This is a level 18 character with 350 health, no stamina, 280 no magicka, 285 stamina, has 75% frost resistance. It does 35 points of unarmed damage, and it has a frost cloak ability as well that does 12 points of 12 points of frost damage. This one is 244 magicka, and again, this is an adept level 18. Let's get this one something to mess around with.
Never should have come.
It should have no problem with this. This is a level 14.
It's nothing.
Okay, if you look close, sometimes you'll see the health bar ticking down slowly. That's the frost cloak. Alright, that was a bit easy. Let's bring up a bandit plunder. That's a level 19.
I'll rip your heart out. Just a scratch.
Uh-oh. Alright, let's try this one again.
You picked a bad time to get lost. That's it. That's all you've got.
I'll get him to stand next to him. He'll take frost damage. Watch his health bar. See it ticking down?
You call yourself a Nord?
A little bit more.
Enough.
But I might have to give that one a little more health. This is a level 19, and the summons is a level 18. It should be able to handle that. Alright, next up is a, let's see, also an adept. This one is a frost matron. Also level 18. I may change the name on this one. That's kind of the working title, but I tried making something with the what was it called, a Wisp Mother, and I was having a lot of problems with that because the Wisp Mother would summon the Wisp Shades, and the Wisp Shades would attack me. And sometimes the Wisp Mother would actually kill the Wisp Shades because they attacked me. But what I didn't see before was that the Wisp Shade also is its own race. There's its own actor and its own race. So I made the Frost Matron based on the Wisp Shade. So this is a level 18. She has 153 health, 302 magicka, 50 stamina, 75% frost resistance. She has a built-in frost cloak ability that does 12 points of damage. And for spells, I gave her Ice Storm, and I gave her a custom Ice Spike, which does 40 points of damage, so it's an adept level version of Ice Spike. I haven't seen her use the Ice Storm yet, though. I took away Frostbite because you tend to favor that way too much. So she'll use the Ice Spike for the most part, and I haven't seen her use Ice Storm yet, but I need to test this one some more. She does have fast healing, and again, she does have the Frost Cloak ability at 12 points if enemies were to get that close, and hopefully they won't. This one's just there to have a ranged option. I think for the character build that I'm working on, the tanks, the melee units, the wolf, the tiger, the bear, that's stuff you want to go and engage enemies. I don't want to get too much into the build, but it's going to be mostly a ranged fighter. As far as perks, she has Augmented Frost 1, Apprentice Restoration, Regeneration, and Adept Destruction. So I'll have to be the tank here. It's the Highwayman, so level 9. And she's not real accurate with that Ice Spike. I may have to give her a modified Frostbite or something. Come on.
Let's see what you got.
Well, she's casting this spell with the right hand, so I'm kind of wondering if she could dual cast.
Victory is yours. I submit.
But if you're playing a warrior type, this one's good to use, or if you have enemies in a position where they can't attack you directly and you need something to do some ranged attack, you know, maybe they're on a cliff or someplace you can't get to them, and then your melee units can't get to them. It's just, I thought it was nice having some kind of a ranged option. So I may mess around with the spells for that one a little bit more.
Bad time to get lost.
Let's see what she does if she's got somebody in her face. Yeah, not real well.
You won't leave Skyrim alive.
Ow. Your accuracy stinks. It's worse than mine. Alright, enough of that.
Call yourself a
Alright, next up, expert level, is the Spirit Bear. Are you gonna take a nap like the Saber Cat? Yep. It's funny because when I'm testing this thing, as soon as it kills the bandit, it just lays down immediately and takes a nap. It's like, oh, that was exhausting. The Spirit Bear is an expert level summons. It is a level 36, has 650 health, 450 stamina, no magicka. It does 45 points of unarmed damage. It has 100% frost resistance. It has a 16-point Frost Cloak ability. Now we got rain. Hang on. Alright, that's better. 16-point Frost Cloak. And the thing about those cloaks is you don't see it, but it's there and it's active. But you don't. There's no visuals for it because it's not the Frostcloak spell. I mean, I guess I could add visuals, but I don't think it really needs it. I think it would detract from the frostly spirit look of these things. This one is 387 Magicka, which is about 30 points more than the Dremora Lord. You should be able to wreck this character. As you can see his health bar ticking down, even when he's not getting hit. That's the Frostcloak. Again, these are Nords, so it's not as noticeable. Go ahead, take your nap. Alright, let's try a Bandit Marauder. This is a level 25, so he shouldn't have any trouble with this one either. Whoa! Oh, you took him out. Alright, we'll have to try this one again. You have to spend a little more time hitting and less posturing like that. He almost died from the Frostcloak. Alright, well there you go. That's the Spirit Bear. So, check him out one more time. Spirit Fox. Little guy, doesn't do much, but, you know, it's very, very, very early game. It's just another option to using the familiar, and I think with this build that I'm putting together, the spirit animals fit a little bit better than Atronachs and familiars and stuff. Spirit Wolf. Give us a howl. There you go. And he is apprentice. The fox is a novice, level 3. This one is an apprentice summons, level 8. Also apprentice level is the Frostworm. Spirit Tiger. This is an adept level. An adept summons a level 18. He's just laying there taking it easy. Frost Matron, also an adept summons, level 18. And the Spirit Bear. So there we go. 1 novice, 2 apprentice, 2 adept, 1 expert. I think that covers everything pretty well. There is another one, a master level summons I was working on. I'm trying to use the Spriggans. It works, but it doesn't look very good when you apply the Ghost Frost appearance, because Spriggans have that, I don't know if it's bees or whatever that's buzzing around them. It looks kind of odd, so I don't know if I'm going to include that one or not. And I don't know if you really need a master level summons, but I'll need to do some more testing with these and make sure that their health and stamina and everything is where it should be. I think it's pretty close right now, and I think the cast costs are pretty appropriate. They're slightly more than, I guess you would say, the vanilla counterparts, but I think you're getting a little more bang for your buck. I like the Frost Atronach, except for its size. It's a really good tank, but it gets stuck in doorways all the time, so it's really annoying. The Storm Atronach, Chain Lightning, sometimes it's great, sometimes you just can't use it. So, these summons here are not really built to be an option to use instead of the Atronachs. This mod is designed to go with this build I'm putting together. So she's all into the north, and the land and the ice and the spirits and the animals, and there you go, spirit animals, spirits of the north. So that's gonna do it for now. Gotta do some more testing on these, and then I'll probably have a follow-up video on this. If I make any changes to these things, I might tweak their stats a little bit more. One thing though, before we go, one thing I do want to talk about. Let's take a look at the conjuration tree, because what we have after atromancy, this says double duration for conjured atronachs. So I'm not sure this is going to apply to my summonses because they're not atronachs. And elemental potency, this is another one. The way elemental potency works, you have, as you can see, conjured atronachs. So this does not apply to the familiar or the Dremor Lord because they're not atronachs. And the way this works is there's actually 2 atronachs, there's 2. Well, there's 2 flame atronachs, there's 2 frost atronachs, and there's 2 storm atronachs. If you do not have this perk, you'll just get a flame atronach or frost or storm. If you get this perk, then you get the potent version. And it says 50% more powerful, which is a little bit odd because I've looked into this to see what exactly it is that makes them 50% more powerful, and it's different for each one. Like one of them, I think it's the Frost Atronach, goes from like level 16 to level 24. Well, that's a 50% increase. But the other 2 don't work that way. They might have more health or something else. It's really odd how they come up with the 50%. But the bottom line is this only applies to atronachs, and these summonses that we've looked at today are not atronachs. And so I was thinking, okay, well that just won't apply. But you probably want to get twin souls, which means this one, I'm not sure. I'll have to look at this one. I'm not sure if this one will apply or not. But if you're trying to get the twin souls, then if this one doesn't do anything, then it's a wasted perk. So I got to thinking, well, what can I do to make elemental potency work with these? I could just make a potent version that's got 50% more health, but I think I'm gonna try something a little bit different because this one applies to the front end. So what I'm thinking of doing is if I can make it work, I'd like to give these summonses, well, the potent version, instead of just giving them 50% more health on the front end. What I'm thinking of doing is giving them a power, and it's a power that will restore 50% of what their max health is. So, for example, the Spirit Tiger is 350 health. If I can swing it to where that this perk will work and they can restore health, kind of like a Spriggan does, then they would get back half of 350 health. So it won't be on the front end. You know, the potent version will have 350 health, but if their health gets low enough, they can restore, what is it, like 175 health at some point, you know, if they're wounded enough. And that would be like the potent version. So again, it's not 50% more health on the front end. It's the ability to restore 50% of their health. I don't know if they can use powers, so I haven't tried that yet, but that's what I'm going to go after. And I think if I can do that, then I'll include that. It's just in the spell itself, you have to put a condition in there that says if you have this perk, you get this potent version. So anyhow, that is going to do it for now. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next one. I'll do some more testing on this, and maybe in a few days we'll have an update video regarding this mod, and I'll talk a little bit more about the build I'm creating. It's kind of odd, but unique. So, alright, that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.